In the mid-19th, two language researchers conducted an interesting experiment with a group of English language students in Japan. The students were retaking compulsory English courses. They had a privatization failed on language test. The students were far behind the regular university students since most of the students dislike studying English, few expect much improvement. The researchers put the student in a special class for the second semesters of the English course. The class met of the same amount of time as the regular English courses, but the instruction were very different. At the end of the semester, the student took another language test, and the results were surprising. In just one semester, the student in the special class improved so much in their course. On the new test, the course on the new test were almost as high as the regular English student. On the new test, students not only had their English ability improved greatly, but many of the students who used to dread English study enjoyed the class. What is this secret method that produced such dramatic results on this privatization? Previously reluctant learners. The class was an extensive reading course. Extensive reading is simple reading a lot of English. Reading almost every day at a fairly easy level. Be able to understand the text without need a dictionary. The student in the course mentioned above spend almost all of their class time simple reading enjoyable books. In study after study, researchers are finding the extensive reading can play a big role in language learning success. In fact, study investigating English investigating language learning strangers found reading for pleasure and seeking opportunity to read English as a two most strongly related factors to successful language learning. Pressure. Pleasure. Yeah, pleasure. Reading and writing. It should come as no surprise. It should come as no surprise. Then extensive reading helps students improve reading skills. Several students have shown that students doing extensive reading for more than 1 years were almost always better readers than students who did the usual difficult readings in the classroom. Extensive reading also allows students to improve reading speed much more quickly than by reading difficult texts. In short, people can learn to read were simple by reading a lot at an appropriate level. Come as no surprise. It should come as no surprise. Come as It should come as no surprise. It should come as no surprise. The extensive reading helps students improve reading skills. Several students have shown Several students have shown that students doing extensive reading for more than 1 year were almost always better readers than students who did the usual. Did the usual difficult readings in the classroom. Extensive reading as allows. Extensive reading also allows students to improve reading speed much more quickly than by reading difficult texts. Texts. Reading difficult texts. In short, people can learn to read well simply, but by reading a Latin appropriate level. Appropriate okay, appropriate level, appropriate pro, pre, at, pro, pre, at, appropriate. Reading and writing. It should come as no surprise. The extensive reading helps students improve reading skills. Several students have shown that students doing extensive reading for more than 1 year were almost always better readers than students who did usual difficult reading in the classroom. Extensive reading also allows students to improve reading speed much more quickly than by reading difficult texts. In short, people can learn to read well simply by reading a lot an appropriate level. What is more surprising is how much extensive reading improves students' writing skills. In one study on extensive reading, students in extensive reading programs were ever 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 Everett rated as 3 to 3 times better in writing when compared with students who did not read much yet. Actually practice writing more. May other researchers have come to similar conclusions. Students who just read a lot can make read more equal or better progress in writing skills than students who actually practice writing. At least in regards to beginner and intermediate student. What is the most surprising is how much extensive reading improves students' writing skills. In one study, the extensive reading students in extensive reading programs
Program.
programs
Program.
programs
Programs.
programs
Program.
program
Programs.
programs students in extensive reading programs programs were evaluate
Evaluate.
Evaluate. Evaluate.
Evaluated.
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 Evaluated. Evaluated. Evaluate. Evaluate. Value at a variated were a variated at 3 to a variated at a variated as a variated as 2 to 3 times better in writing when compared with students who did not read much yet actually practiced writing more. Many other researchers have come to similar conclusions.
Conclusion.
Conclusion. Conclusion. Conclusions. Students who just read a lot can make equal can make equal or better progress. 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 Better progress in writing skill than students who actually practice writing. At least
Least.
at least
At least.
in regard to beginners and regard
Regards.
at least in regards to beginner and
Intermediate.
intermediate
Intermediate.
intermediate 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 students. What is most surprising how much extensive reading improves students' writing skills?